Run, Hide, Fight is a film directed by Kyle Rankin that debuted in 2020. Now, it was a film that I was kind of nervously awaiting since I saw the trailers years ago, but I sort of actually forgot about it. Between COVID and a lot of other things that happened, it just flew away into the ether of all the other things going on. It was finally released in 2021. I don't know if it was delayed by the COVID things or not, but anyway, so I'm not here to go over the cast and crew and all the little details of that stuff. I'm just here to give my thoughts on the film itself. And this is a movie that I enjoyed watching. Where it excels is actually, for the most part, the delivery by its main actress. I'm not really sure of her name. I think it's like Isabel May. I could be wrong, but that's not why it's not why I'm here. The film flutters or sort of fluctuates in tones because there's some times where it seems very naive, where it wants to give one message and then it sort of retracts and then it sort of gives another message. So the movie kind of gives you mixed signals throughout it. What's it want to be? Does it want to be a Die Hard, esque kind of just action flick, or does it want to dive deeper into psychology of school shootings? Does it want to give a message about school shooters? Does it want to give a message about bullying? Does it want to give a message about teachers not giving enough attention to certain students, but then those students just not really giving a shit? I feel like there's a lot of different strings attached to this movie that, if given the proper screenplay or given the right director, which Kyle Rankin doesn't have a whole lot in his biography that I saw, but he's done other work. He's done good work, but he doesn't really pull it off to the best degree in this film. So by the end, you're sort of not really sure if you're supposed to be entertained and gratified by the way it ended, or if you're supposed to be upset that these students weren't cared for in the way that they were supposed to, because they were entrusted to by the parents of these students. So it needed to pick a tone, or at very least find a better way to balance the two that it tried, and it didn't quite hit the mark. Now, really, I wanted to see this film because I'm a fan of Thomas Jane, and he honestly was wasted in this movie. His character, just from his facial expressions and a few lines that he had, there was a lot of depth to him. There was a lot of sadness in his eyes. There was a lot to that character. And Thomas Jane's a fantastic actor. I really enjoyed most of his work. And he honestly was wasted in this movie. It could have been almost anybody, because he wasn't, at the end of the day, he wasn't very important. And there's a few lines that he delivered to his daughter earlier in the film that come back later in the film and are completely destroyed by the lack of delivery by the actress, because throughout the entire movie she does a damn good job, but delivering those last lines in the film, not great. It sort of jarred me right out of the experience. And the way that the movie goes, it's Die Hard in high school. I mean, the way that it ends with, I don't want to spoil it, but I don't know if you're here, you've already seen this movie, or you've already made up your mind about whether or not you want to watch it. The way that it sort of ends is one of the students kind of just walks out with the other students. And the way that happens, the steps and things need to happen for that to occur. Man, are the police stupid? Are all the other people that are in this area stupid? The way that it happens with her father at the school, and because the campus is only so large, so for things to be happening outside of the police's power and eyesight and earshot are highly unlikely and improbable. So there are things that happen that just only happen because it's a movie. And I realize, it's a movie, so those things are going to happen. But if you're trying to portray a realistic school shooting scenario, you have to stick to a genre, a tone, and this movie just didn't do that. So I enjoyed it. Like I said, would I recommend it? Would I say this is a must watch for anybody who is into this Die Hard action genre? I wouldn't say it's a must watch, but I would definitely say you'll be entertained. But don't read too much into it, because the psychology in this film is very thin, and there's not a whole lot more to read into it. They tried, but they didn't quite hit the mark. So the movie, unfortunately, is pretty forgettable. And on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give it 4.5. Not quite an even 5. It's not a terrible movie. It's not a bad movie. I was entertained by it. It just missed the mark so hard that I can't give it much higher than that. Anyway, that's it from me this time. Thank you so much for coming by, and leave comments, like, subscribe. Let me know if there's a movie that I need to see. And until next time, peace.